Understanding sparkling wine. In this lesson, we will be covering two main points. What is sparkling wine? And the purpose of sparkling wine service. Let's go right ahead and start off with asking the question, what is sparkling wine? Sparkling wine is wine with bubbles in it. There are many different types and names for sparkling wine. Champagne is considered the king of sparkling wines, and technically, only sparkling wine that is from the region called Champagne in France may be called champagne on the label. But guests may use the term loosely to refer to any sparkling wine. Other names include cava, sect, and prosecco. Just as with sparkling water, sparkling wine creates pressure in the bottle and must be opened slowly to prevent a big mess. Sparkling wine has a mushroom-shaped cork, and that little guy wants out. That is why the cork has a wire cage over it, called a muselet, as well as foil for a neat presentation. For this reason, you must always be careful when serving sparkling wine. If the cork goes flying, it could seriously injure someone. Now let's look at the purpose of sparkling wine service. Sparkling wine service is one of the grandest and most exciting services that you can deliver to a guest. It is most often ordered when guests are celebrating and is the perfect drink to begin the celebrations, as it is delicious and beautiful to look at. It is also popular as an aperitif with its sparkling bubbles and delicious flavor. So now you should know more about what is sparkling wine and the purpose of sparkling wine service. Good luck learning about this magical product. Taking an order and presenting sparkling wine. Let's take a look at how to take a sparkling wine order and prepare everything you need to deliver champagne service to guests. The steps we'll be looking at are take the order, set up the ice bucket, fetch the glassware, dress the bottle, and present the sparkling wine to the guest. Let's start with how to take the order. When the guest orders sparkling wine, be sure to repeat the name and vintage back to the guest, and commend them on their choice. For example, that's a bottle of the Louis Roederer 2002 from Reims. Fantastic choice, Mr. Grant. Next, set up an ice bucket. Sparkling wine is served chilled, so set up an ice bucket next to the table in reach of the host, but not in the way. Remember to include a service cloth. If you're uncertain how to set up an ice bucket, be sure to re-watch the lesson on taking and presenting a wine order. Next, you will fetch the glassware. Can you remember which of these glasses is used in the service of sparkling wine? It's this one, the champagne flute. So these are the glasses that you must deliver to the guest when they order sparkling wine. By now, you also know that these glasses must be clean and polished. They must be carried on a tray and placed on your guest's right-hand side. The next step is to dress the bottle. Each establishment will have its own special way of dressing a bottle of bubbly, and some may not dress the bottle at all. However, it does add to the ceremony of sparkling wine service. The necktie is also used to pour the wine. All you need are two beautiful, clean service cloths. Let's look at how to fold and tie the necktie. Step 1. Place a service cloth flat on a surface, with the hems facing upwards. Step 2. Fold the edges of the cloth towards the middle, and then in half again. Step 3. Fold the cloth in half again. Step 4. Create a loop that will go around the neck of the bottle. And lastly, step 5. Now slip the loop over the neck of the bottle, with the long end hanging at the back of the bottle, so that it is out of the way when you present. Be sure to pull at the necktie so that it is secure. Now that the bottle is dressed in a necktie, let's look at how to fold and add the jacket. Step 1. Fold the edges of the service cloth towards the middle and in half again. And step 2. Wrap the jacket around the bottle with the cloth overlapping on the label. This way, when you unwrap it at the guest's table, the label will be open and facing them. Be sure that the cloth is overlapping evenly and neatly around the bottle. Also, make sure the necktie is hanging loose over the jacket. You're now ready to present the sparkling wine to the guest. Just as with any wine, you must present the bottle of sparkling wine to the guest before opening it. If the bottle is dressed, you should open the jacket. You can then confirm the name of the sparkling wine, for example by saying, Mr. Grant, the delicious Louis Roederer 2002 from Reims. So to summarize, the points we looked at in this lesson are: take the order, set up an ice bucket, fetch the glassware, dress the bottle, and present the sparkling wine to the guest. You can now move on to the next process, opening the sparkling wine. Enjoy! Opening and serving sparkling wine. The ritual of opening sparkling wine is very special, and as you master the ceremony, you will begin to enjoy sparkling wine service more and more. We will be looking at how to open the bottle, holding the bottle, and serving sparkling wine. Let's start with how to open the bottle. To open a bottle of bubbly, you can follow these steps. Step 1 is all about safety first. Never ever point the bottle towards a person. Step 2. Use the knife on your opener to cut the foil neatly at the bottom of the cage, with the label facing the guest. You can use the tab on the foil, but very often they break, so this is not preferred. Place the foil and opener in your pocket. Step 3. Use the service cloth you used for the jacket and place it over the top of the bottle. Hold the bottle in the air away from your body. Step 4. Place your thumb on top of the cork and press down. This will prevent the cork from popping out too quickly. Step 5. Unscrew the wire cage to begin to release the cork. Don't remove the cage, only twist it until it is no longer tight around the neck. Step 6. Slowly twist the bottle with your other hand while holding the bottle at a 45-degree angle away from your body. Keep putting pressure on the cork with your thumb to prevent the cork from popping out. And lastly, step 7. Slowly allow the cork to come out while still applying a bit of pressure. Never ever allow the cork to pop. It should be released without a sound. Now that the bottle is open, you can place it on the table or in the ice bucket. Remove the cage from around the cork and put it in your pocket. Present the cork to the guest on an underliner or display tray. Before you serve the sparkling wine, make sure that you wipe the lip of the bottle thoroughly with your service cloth. Just like with other bottles of wine, you can also use any one of the 3 methods of opening wine you have already learnt, either in hand like we have just seen, on the table, or in an ice bucket. Next, we'll look at holding the bottle when pouring sparkling wine. There are a number of ways to hold the bottle. Let's start with pouring with a necktie. The first way to hold sparkling wine is to use a necktie. Move the necktie so that the tail is just to the right of the label. This way, when you are pouring, the label is in full sight and facing the guests. Hold the necktie between your thumb and index finger and place your other 3 fingers underneath the bottle. Pouring with a folded cloth. You can also pour by simply wrapping a folded service cloth around the bottle. Fold this in the same way as the jacket when dressing the bottle, but be sure to fold it back to keep the label visible. Next, let's look at serving sparkling wine. As with wine service, you should pour a taster for the person who ordered the sparkling wine. When pouring sparkling wine, you must make sure that it is a slow, gentle and careful process. The lip of the sparkling wine bottle must never touch the lip of the flute. It is acceptable to use 2 fingers under the neck of the bottle for support as you pour. Once your guest has tasted and approved the sparkling wine, fill the glasses of the other guests and then fill the glass of the person who ordered the sparkling wine. The glasses should be filled to about 2/3 full, depending on the size of the flute. If the glass is too full, it will be uncomfortable for the guest to hold, as well as increasing the temperature drastically. For every minute that sparkling wine sits in a glass, its temperature rises by 1 degree. Once you have finished pouring carefully and slowly, gently tilt the bottle up so that the last drop of sparkling wine can fall into the guest's glass. So to recap, in this lesson we looked at how to open the bottle, holding the bottle, and serving sparkling wine. Well done on learning how to open and serve sparkling wine.